Well, we are finally here. Our ninth season and our first in the Champions League. The group stage draw is getting made today. We've been seeded first for it due to all the years we spent playing Europa League and that Mickey Mouse competition, the Conference League as well. So we should be able to avoid a group of death, but if we were to get one, I would probably say it would be Red Bull Salzburg, Napoli, and Barcelona. That would be a very tough one to get through. But let's see who we've got. First, he's coming out first. Where are we? Okay, so we're in Group G. I can't believe we're seated ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool. That's just unbelievable, isn't it? I'm hoping for Lyon because we knocked them out in the Europa League before. They've gone into Group D. Oh, Atletico Madrid or Lazio. It's Atletico Madrid. Oh, not a great start. Not Napoli or Hertha. Not Napoli or Hertha. Not going to be Napoli. Oh, Hertha have gone in Group F, so it's Mönchengladbach or Ajax, and we've got the Dutch side, Ajax, and the four seeds are going to come out together then, as we've got Atletico, Ajax, and Schalke. Oh, that's a very tricky group to get out of in our first in the Champions League. Atletico Madrid, I think they'll definitely be favourites to top it, and Ajax and Schalke, I think we'll be vying with those two for second place in the group. That's a tough group. Very, very tough indeed. We'll do well to get out of that. Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 79. And today we're returning with our first ever Champions League group game away at the Veltins Arena against Schalke and Spurs at home as well. Before we get to the games though, shall I acknowledge we getting out of camera, a big new signing to the team and also a big new contract extension as well. Let's get to the signing first. So as you can see, one departure and one signing on transfer deadline day. Yashin Sadi, who you might have seen before in our team, featured a couple of times over the past 4 years. Didn't really develop at all after we signed him about 4 seasons ago. Was out of contract at the end of this season. Nonce put a bid in the 3 million. I was like, yeah, he can go. I love the mental stats and the physical stats, but really, he was never going to get much game time and he wasn't going to get a new contract either. So £3 million for the young man. And on transfer deadline day, as you can see, we picked up a new central midfielder to replace him. And I mean, I'm going to ask you guys here, am I missing something? Because I feel like I'm missing something here. We signed Joseph Manzotti, a Mexican central midfielder from Guadalajara. I think that's how you pronounce the name. And we picked him up for, what was it, 18.25 mil. That was the release clause. We actually fought off Liverpool to get him. If you can believe that, he chose us over Liverpool. But he's been decent in Mexico, don't get me wrong. He's a Mexican international, 24 caps in a goal already, just 19 years old. He'll turn 20 in December. But the media described him as a Wonderkid, and when my scout bought him to me, the star rating was 4.5, and the tagline was sign or whatever the price. And I looked at him and I was just like, I mean, yeah, he's decent, but I feel like I'm missing something here. Now, you know, physically he's okay. 15 natural fitness and 14 stamina with 17 balance. It's alright. Mentally, I got 2 great stats here, which you know I love. 19 teamwork and 17 work rate. He's got 15 off the ball, 15 composure, 15 decisions, and 14 vision as well. So, you know, again, pretty decent to be fair. For a 19-year-old, that is pretty decent. But technically, 16 first touch, 14 long shots, 15 passing, and 15 technique. That's pretty good, but nothing amazing. So I feel like I'm missing something here, because the scout was just like, seriously man, whatever it takes to get him in, and we have got him in. I guess one of the big draws to him is he can hit the ball with either the left foot or the right foot. So we've now got like 4 players in our team that are good with either feet. But yeah, he's good, but I'm not gonna, you know, build a team around this guy. Let's just say that. Anyway, it's a 5-year deal, 50 grand a week, and unfortunately, because we signed him a little bit too late, he won't be able to get trained by the club as a homegrown status, which is quite a shame, because here we've got Rose, who's not great, Dembele doesn't play much anymore, Madu, O'Connor, Aarons, and Godfrey as well. Oh, and Akua as well. So we've got a few, but I like to have like 6 or 7 in my team, just in case I sell 1 or 2 as the years go by. But anyway, as for contracts, I say we gave a couple of big ones, and as you can see, very happy about this. First things first, as you can see, Samuel Madua signed a new 5-year deal. Was out of contract at the end of the season. There was interest from Spurs and Chelsea, I think it was, wanting to take him to London. But I said before last season, I really like Madua. He's very versatile, can play on both of the full-back positions. He can play on both sides of the wing as well. He spent a little bit of time playing through the middle of the park, although personally with the pace he's got, I wouldn't play him through the middle. But I like Madua a lot, man. He doesn't feature that much, but as a squad player, he's one of those players that when he does play, he plays well. Is he worth 70 grand? grand a week, probably not, but right now, unfortunately, we're struggling to get good negotiations in terms of contracts, extensions and signings because of the fact we're now in the Champions League and earn a lot more money nowadays. But Madou signs a new 5-year contract. Again, he is homegrown and trained by the club, which is very important. So yeah, Samuel Madou is staying for 5 years. I'm happy about that because I like him as a squad player. And the other contract extension, there he is right there. Mr. Farines, the penalty shootout king, has signed a new extension. He was out of contract at the end of 2029. Spurs put a bid in for him of like 30 mil, and I was like, no. No, it's not happening. He's staying there. And as you can see, I said to Farines, what would it take to keep you here? And he said a pay rise. And I was like, oh God, really? 100 grand a week extra for a backup goalkeeper? But instead, he only wanted like an extra 9 grand a week. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So he signed a new 2-year extension. It's now a 4-year deal. And unfortunately, he still does have first team goalkeeper as the expected sort of playing time, which quite frankly, it's probably not going to happen now that Zangrandi is our sort of out and out first choice goalkeeper now. But we love Farines, absolutely love the guy to pieces, and he'll be here until he retires, man. I love the guy so much, and yeah, the penalty shootout king is staying here. And of course, in the last episode, you saw him once again provide the heroics for the 3rd straight time in a penalty shootout as we picked up our first ever Super Cup. 4 games off camera, all in the Premier League, and as you can see, 4 wins from 4 to start the season off, and 5 wins from 5 if you count the opening day victory against Leicester City. We began with a 3-1 victory away at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. I said where the goal was going to come from without Ryan Brewster and Teddy Gray. Well, 25 minutes in, Abbey gave us the lead in this game. For 2 minutes later, Mason Mount scored a goal as we continue to try and convince him to stay here. Jesus Vallejo scored from a corner as Palace got back in the game, but really we were in control for the most part, and later we won a penalty which Carl Crowley dispatched as our backup strikers got a goal each in this game. Following that, 2-1 victory against Barnsley away at Oakwell. Yes, they're back in the top flight and made a better start to the season this time around, beat them by 2-1. Once again, our backup strike duo getting a goal each in this game, about a minute apart from each other. Crowley scored the first, and then Abbey rounded the goalkeeper for the second before Barnsley got a consolation goal in a 2-1 victory. Following that, a 1-0 win at home to Brighton. Got away with this one completely, didn't create that many chances, and later on won a penalty which Teddy Gray in his comeback game managed to convert as he won it by a 0-0, but really definitely got away with it in this one. But our final game off camera was a 2-0 victory away at the Bees against Brentford, where Teddy Gray with back-to-back goals scored his 2nd and 3rd goals of the Premier League in this game here in the space of a minute as well. That's been a theme for us to start the season off. We score 1 goal and then we score 1 straight afterwards. Teddy Gray got both in this game as we won by 2-0 and ensured we would maintain a 100% start to the Premier League. So as you can see, after 5 wins from 5 to start the campaign off in the league, Norwich City are in 2nd, only behind Liverpool on goal difference too, to be fair. I mean, you think our start's been good. 15 goals, 15 points, none conceded, 5 wins from 5. I mean, I thought Arsenal were going to retain the title once again and make it 5 in a row, but Liverpool are out for it this season, and what a start they've made. So, yes, Arsenal and Liverpool off to 100% start. It's been a good beginning for us, though. But the interesting story this season, Spurs. 1 win in 5. Very, very tough start for them. And God knows why Mason Mount still wants to join them, considering the contrast in form to start the campaign off for both clubs. And so, as we're about to jump into the first of 2 games today, I don't think there's anything else to show you off camera, so let's jump into it. It is indeed our first ever Champions League game. I'm very nervous. You saw the group draw at the start of the episode today. I think this is going to be really tough to get out of here, and I think Schalke probably will be our main rivals. So Ajax as well, to be fair. I mean, who's stronger, Schalke or Ajax, I wonder? I don't know, but it is going to be tough to get through in 2nd place, but that's what I'm targeting. Right now in the injury report, whisper it, but right now, nobody's injured, which is lovely to see. And this is our team. We're going to go with the Gegenpress system, because I know a lot of you guys think this is our best tactical system, and this will be our lineup. Farines comes in goal, because we love him, and the back four is Sanabria, Pavlovic, Godfrey, and Robin, with Kenner, Longstaff, and Bamba through the middle. Madou and Dembele are our inside forwards today, with Teddy Gray leading the line with 3 goals in his last 2 games. On the bench, Zangrandi, Akuaku, Warburton, Lorici, McTominay, Abbey, and Brewster back in the starting matchday squad for the first time since injury. First game, it's Schalke. Let's get off to a winning start in the group. Come on, you Canaries. So first highlight coming to the visitors, as we shall pass out from the back with Kenner finding Sanabria, and away goes the explosive left back, using that pace down the flank and whipping infield to Longstaff, and now Bamba takes over to Dembele, and there's Teddy Gray, and Dembele shoots and scores as well, and Bionic Leg scores our first ever Champions League goal. Nervous tonight, but what a start. 3 minutes in, we're in front. Nice little quick passing and movement there as well. Bamba to Dembele, quick little 1-2 with Gray and Karamoko's shot. I've got to be honest here, it's accurate, but it probably should have been kept out. Either way, we'll take it. Dembele with the goal. He'll always have a place in this team, and again, he can't really do any other role than inside forward on the right. That's all he's suited to, but whenever we play this system, it'll always get us a game, as Teddy Gray almost made it 2-0 from the corner. Also, by the way, I think I've figured out why my Mac lags occasionally when I'm doing this. It only happens in some episodes. I think it's because there are certain episodes I make where I record one segment and then record the next afterwards and add it to the actual document. And I think that's why it lags occasionally. So if today's episode is lagging, you'll know why. It's because I did the group stage earlier and I'm now adding a recording as opposed to making a new document. As Kenner finds Teddy Gray, and he should have made it 2. But still the leaders won. All Norwich, though, to start this game off. We've been in control. But right on cue, as I say that, Schalke have a corner, which Pavlovic heads clear, but the danger's not fully away. Shakarov in behind Sanabriru, comes back but can't stop the cross. And at the far post, headed in, as Schalke get back on level terms. Crosses, set pieces, we've just never been able to defend them in this save. Can't just be me that has these problems, right? Conceding from set pieces and crosses like 80% of the time. It's so frustrating, but yeah, that genuinely is where like 70 to 80% of the goals we concede come from. I do believe they are just far too OP in this year's FM, and I hope next year SI tone down the rate of success from them. As Schalke come forward here and look to turn the game on its head. From a goal down, they've really responded here. Lovely ball out wide to the goal scorer. Gets past Robin, shoots, and it's easily saved by Farines. What a turn of events. It's all Schalke now, but thankfully we win it back and come on the break here. Very action-packed first half, and if Teddy can get in behind there, he's beaten Chabot. Oh, yeah. Same two players, different way round. Teddy Gray with a goal, 2-1 Norwich. He still has 14 for finishing, but it clearly doesn't affect him that much. He's got all the assets everywhere else. Beats Chabot in the air, runs through one-on-one, and has the coolest of finishers. 2-1, Canaries back in front right before the break. Great time to strike, and we restore our lead. Kenner to Bamba, and Herman plays a brilliant ball. Great, oh yeah. He says, I don't need it any higher than 14. You know my work. You know what I can do. Second goal of the game to add to the assist he got for our first of 3. 3-1 Norwich, and now with half an hour to go, we should be on course for a win on match day 1. Herman Bamba had a bit of a slow start to the season, but gets his second assist in all competitions. In behind the back line, Teddy, and he's not going to miss. 3-1. Taking off two of my starters with the game against Spurs on the weekend in mind. Drew Warburton and Scott McTominay are on the pitch, and they've just started our break here as Madou finds Teddy looking for the hat-trick. I'd love him to get it as well because then I could take him off, but he's thread through Madou, and Samuel marks the contract extension with his first of the season. Teddy Gray tonight has just been on flames. 2 assists and 2 goals for what I believe will be the best striker in world football in a couple of years' time. I just love the guy to pieces, man. And you might have noticed this season I've given him number 9 now that Adam Ider has been sold. And I know last season he wore the number 70 to mark the transfer fee we paid for him. That would be a collector's item. Like when Cristiano Ronaldo joined Real Madrid and wore the number 9 when Raul was still there. But now he is our out-and-out number 9, and tonight he's been unplayable. 4-1 Norwich. Points should be in the bag, but defensively we have been a bit shaky tonight as Pavlovic clears and we still are up by 3. Shakarov with Drew to beat. In goes the cross, and oh, what a save by Farines. Points surely in the bag, but that's why he's got that pay increase and the contract extension. He's fired up out there. We love this guy. Well, I still maintain this will be a very tough group to get out of, but couldn't have asked for a better start tonight away in Germany. 4-1 at the final score and a win in our first ever Champions League group game. But a difference maker, the £70 million man, Teddy Gray. 2 goals and 2 assists in a 9.3 rating. He was just unbeatable. And I've said it so many times before and I'll say it again. If I could just get that finishing stat up just a little bit. That's all I want, 15 or 16, then there'd be absolutely no stopping him. Unfortunately, it just doesn't seem to work for me in this year's FM. I can't seem to improve an individual attribute. Oh, and Liverpool have just been beaten by Arsenal as they're coming for the throne once again. And that means that their 100% record is over, and we're the only team that still have one. So that means if we just get a point against Spurs tomorrow in our second and final game, we'll go top of the table to start the season off. Long way to go, campaign's only just begun, but that'll be incredible. So let's go see if we can do it then. Second and final game is out of form Spurs at home, so it should be another win for us. Although they did just win their last game, or last two games actually now, Spurs. So maybe now they're starting to pick it up after a tough beginning. I'm going to sit with the Gegenpress system for the game. Again, most of you guys do seem to think it's our best tactical system, the best one we've had throughout the save so far. And after the big win in Germany in the week, I'm going to keep the players out that did so well for us. So a couple of changes to our lineup. Zangrandi comes back in goal, and the back four is now Sanabria, Armini, Godfrey, and Al's midfield trio being Kenner, Longstaff, and Bamber again. The inside forwards are the same because they both scored on Wednesday, and Teddy Gray, of course, will lead the line again after a red-hot start to the season. On the bench, you've got Farines, Pavlovic, Warburton, Larici, Mount Abbey, and Brewster as well. Second and final game, a point will send us top of the table. Come on, you Canaries. Nothing to report inside the first 20 minutes. Spurs absolutely dominating possession. And since we're not playing our tiki-taka diamond narrow system, that is not a real surprise. Look at that, 74% of possession in this first half. I don't like that. I really don't. I like having the ball, you know. I like to have us pass the ball around nicely and have some nice build-ups. This is why I don't like playing the Gegenpress as much, even though it does often wield us good results. First half's going to come to Spurs, though, and the first goal is scored as well. Once again, the common problem, we can't defend crosses and corners. Spurs looking for their second win of the season in the Premier League, and they might get it here. David Neres whips it in, and Dele Alli beats his man to the ball. And I've got to say, what a tough start it's been for Nicolo Armini, the new club record signing. He's just, I've got to say, right now, I'd rather play Pavlovic and Godfrey together. I'd even consider giving a Kouakou some game time over him. The Italian has had a tough beginning to life in England. Spurs in front, and they're having all of the ball and looking a far better team at the moment. David Neres down the right, looking for a goal to his assist, and he cannons one off the woodwork as James Maddison picks it up. And it's all Spurs. It's all Spurs. Right, fuck this. I'm changing the tactics at the break. I'm going to the tiki-taka. I'm going to the tiki-taka. Show a bit of desire, lads. Not good enough so far. I think Gray needs Rian up top with him for his first appearance of the season. Well, since the injury. So, yeah, let's go to the tiki-taka now and change our play style. Brewster on for Madu. We'll swap he and Gray's roles around. And Dembele off for Mount. And we'll have Bamber up as the advanced playmakers. Also higher the tempo as well. And see if we can get ourselves back in the game. I know the Gegenpress does often wield us really good results, but I never like to see that. Possession getting hammered by our opponents, it's never a good sign. We have had a little bit more of the ball in this second half since the tactical change, but not quite as much as I would have liked, and we've done nothing. What an awful game. Well, we're going for it in the final few stages. Bamber's free kick, and Gray heads just over. Our first chance coming from a set piece, but what an absolutely shocking game as Maddison floats in a free kick. Demi Rao should have converted, but Florentino turns in a rebound, but thankfully it's offside and the goal won't count. But what a shocking performance. At home to Spurs, we've had a poor start to the campaign. Didn't create anything from open play whatsoever, and we lose with a whimper. Said this before, these are the games that I just will not accept. As Sanabria fires it wide, and that'll do it. I think it might be time for some new tactics, and I don't want to panic. And I don't want to make a rash decision after just our first defeat of the season, but I have started to think this season the tiki-taka, which I really like, might possibly be coming to its end of its life cycle. And we could do with a third option as well. We only really have the two now. We could do with a third option as well. So I'm definitely thinking I might have to experiment with some tactics in the upcoming weeks, because that was poor. That was really poor. That should have been us top of the table. We only needed the point, and we couldn't even get that. Very disappointing indeed. But that won't say this episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So we thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And oh, man, I really want to come back with your Fledico game. That's match day 2. Are we against them on match day 6? We are indeed. Okay. In that case, I'll come back for match day 6 against them. We'll do another Champions League game. And we'll do, I think, Ajax at home and Sheffield United away, who have made a decent start to the season. Or West Ham even, because they've had a good start as well. Maybe West Ham at home and then Ajax at home, or maybe Man City at home and Ajax away. I don't know. But it'll be a Premier League game and either match day 3 or match day 4 in the Champions League. One of the two. It'll either be West Ham at home and Ajax at home, or Man City at home and Ajax away. Have a great day though, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode in the Football Manager series very soon.